Hello there. It's like, in case you haven't heard, it's like the future is digital. And in case you haven't heard this, the future is now. And so we are here to talk about what does all that have to do with your beauty business. My name is Mickey Wright. I'm with beautysuperstars.com, and I am a salon and spa growth coach. And I help beauty professionals and wellness professionals to be able to increase their income, their profits, and do that without working harder. And so I would love to invite you to join us for this exciting conversation. And my guest is Arnetta Rogers. So welcome, Arnetta.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, it's like we're here to talk about all things digital and get some specifics for you of things that you can use in your business, in your beauty business, to get it kind of back under control. If you're feeling a little frazzled, it's like I've got too many things to do, I don't know how to do them. Just stay tuned. It's like get ready to take some notes, and I think you'll have a great time. And we will also be taking questions. So if you have any questions along the way, to definitely be ready to share with us. And I see Maria's here. Hi, Maria. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And we'll do a little housekeeping as we get more people, just to let people know how we
hmm
can interact with them as well. And so. Um, we met through Tamika James, and you and her were doing a training on ChatGPT.
hmm
And so your world is about digital. And so talk to us about, Arnetta, what you do, what you offer to the industry, and a little bit about your background, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, first, let me just say thank you, Mickey, for having me. And as I like to call you, the GOAT of the industry, because of the history, the wealth of knowledge that you share with us. We so appreciate you. But I am Arnetta Rogers, and I've been in the industry for over 30 years. Uh, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, I own a software company, as you all know. Uh, the software was white labeled, so it already had some details in it that I knew that we needed, but it didn't have it all. And short story of how it came to be. I was working in Charlotte, North Carolina, had just come off of uh, hiatus, if you will, from losing everything. Everyone remember, if you could remember, the housing crisis back in '07, '08. Well,
Yeah.
I was a part of that and I was affected. So my family and I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina and began to rebuild our lives. And it's a beautiful thing about being in this industry. As long as you are licensed and you have your skill, that's why I love trades. As long as you have a skill, you can always work. Right, no
Yeah.
matter where you go. And so I received reciprocity in North Carolina, and I went to Fantasia's salon in
Mhm.
Concord. She was co-owner of this salon. Worked there for a bit. That partnership fell through. You will hear her sometimes talk about bad deals that she's made, right?
Mhm.
And most of us who have been in business for a period of time have made some bad choices. But she ultimately, they closed that salon down, and I went where the money was, and y'all already know where the money is, right? And most of the time is in the hood. And so that's what I did. I built my clientele, and I opened up a salon in Charlotte. And then I sold that one and opened up another one in a larger place. But something happened during that process. I grew as a result, and I would travel back and forth from Maryland to North Carolina. That's where I'm from, and well, the DC area, the DMV as we call it.
Mhm.
But I opened up salon suites. and I would travel back and forth. Well, CIAA happened for many years in
Mhm.
Charlotte. So I had both teams come together, my Charlotte team and my Maryland team. During that time, one of my stylists said to me, Arnetta, how do you do it all? Right? She said, I struggle paying my rent, her rent at home, that is. Now, this was one of my top stylists. And I know I saw her making thousands of dollars. So I'm like, how? Right? So we begin to talk. We had a conversation, long story short. Um, I she left and I began thinking that something must be done. Something has to be in place for us, right? And of course, a set shift has to take place as well for us to, be able to manage properly. But we needed help, we needed assistance. And God began to speak to me and say, you have to leave from behind the chair.
Mm.
Now I'm booming. I have my clientele, I have two salons, and I'm like, I, I can do this. I can do this from behind the chair. But really, I couldn't. So, ultimately I had to um, come from behind the chair and focus my attention on building this software from the ground up. And I did that. 10 years later, here we are, and the software is doing well. I've partnered with my BMF Solutions. That's my business. I partnered with Pro Solutions software. My buddy Matt, he's an awesome trainer and owner of Pro Solutions software. I vetted over 90 companies. I
Wow.
studied over 90 software companies. So that's how I could confidently come before you knowing that what we have is the best.
Mm.
Right? Not one of the best, but the best. You just have to get to know it, right? Because I am from the industry, I am you. I know what we need, and it has everything that you need. All I would ask you to do is, go to bnvibe.com, schedule your demo so that you could find out for yourself. But long story short, and I know that was rather long, that is how Invibe came to be.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like you said so much in there. So it's like I definitely want to unpack a little bit of it.
Okay.
And so we'll go back. It's like I see Maria can relate to your conversation with God. He spoke to her as well to get from behind the chair.
Hmm.
And so, you're booming clientele. It's like you've got two salons. It's like, what else came into that equation that said, really, you got to be obedient and you got to make these moves? Because I'm
Hmm.
sure that there's someone watching who may be hearing that type of voice, possibly, or moving it or shifting their career in a direction that may
Hmm.
not feel so comfortable at first.
No, it is not comfortable at all. A lot of times we get in our private space and we meditate, or we can just be cleaning, just as I was. I was sweeping the floor in the salon, and God was speaking to me, and we literally had a conversation. And He was stern. He said, "No, you have to." Come
Mhm.
from behind the chair. It's too much for you to do. And I said, okay, okay, right? Just like that. Okay. And that's when I began to be obedient. And for every step I took, God took two or three more. He put things and people in my space to let me know that you are on the right track. No, it's not going to be easy. Yes, you do have to jump over this hurdle. Yes, you do have to go under. You may have to even slide in from the side, but this is a part of the work. And he told me These were his words. I said, "Why me? Why me?" And he said, "Because I can trust you." He
Mm,
said, "You are fair and you will do the work." And I said, "Yeah," right? To the work part. But what hit me the hardest was he said, "I could trust you."
mhm,
And I sat down and I said, "Wow," to myself. This is me and hearing it come from God. Who am I to doubt myself from the world to the world, right?
mhm.
Who am I to care about what the world has to say about what assignment God gave to me?
Wow.
And that's when I just went full throttle because I mean, we've all made choices that we're not proud of. We're not perfect. But uh when God gives you an assignment, it's usually not an assignment that is small. It's usually a big thing. And we have to remove the limiting beliefs, the self doubt, the
Mm.
who's going to check me, boo type of attitude,
Right.
and just do the work. And that's what I did. I said, if God trusts me, then I don't have nothing to worry about but to continue to do his work and let it shine through.
Right, right. And so I'm gonna kind of throw this in here, but I think one of the bigger challenges is like, there's setting up the software and all of that so that we can use it. But
Yes.
it's like as hairstylists, a lot of times we are very reluctant to use technology. It's like I think a lot of us have recently jumped on board with, booking software.
Hmm.
And so that's a good step because it's like I definitely spent a good amount of time and energy encouraging people to use,
Hmm.
booking software.
Hmm.
And even, when I had my salon and spa, it's like we were computerized.
Hmm.
And when we expanded, we put our appointment book on there, and that was, I mean, I felt like someone was ripping a child from me or something. It's like, you want me to give
Yeah.
up my book, my
Yeah.
paper appointment book?
Yes.
So like, this is, where my heart is, my money is, everything is in this book, and you want
Hmm.
me to trust it to a computer that could
Yes.
crash, or something, this, that, or the other could happen, and I don't have, my schedule. So what
Well,
was that like talking to the hairstylist and starting that conversation, and what's it like now?
Well, quite honestly, Mickey, I had to do it myself first.
Mm,
Everything that I needed the stylist to do to believe in what I was saying, I had to do it first.
mhm,
And because I remember my black books, listen, I don't throw anything away,
mhm,
even with my digital technology. And of course, some of you may know that I own my own insurance agency, and we have to keep files 4 or 5 years anyway. Well, that was right up my alley. My husband liked to say, "Throw that stuff away," and I'm like, "No, we might need it." But we find the proper place for it to be. I can remember having books going all the way back to 1995 and
mhm,
93, and I'm like, I still got these books now. Let me throw this away, right? But it is a transition. You have to make the choice to want to be better. You don't want to be left behind. And you have to meet yourself where you are. And what I mean by that is when you see Mickey Wright uh, present a class that's coming up, take it, right? Do yourself a great service and schedule to take her class. You know what you need more than anyone. So just stop putting yourself on hold. I'm going to
mm,
say that again. Stop putting yourself on hold because at the end of the day, it's like that thing that's on your shoulder, like God did me.
mm,
I'm going to sit here until you do what I say do. And I'm oppressed and until I weigh you down, until you have no choice but to
Right.
be obedient.
Mm,
And that's what happened because it took me 2 years to move out on my assignment from
mm.
the time God spoke to me. Because in my mind, I had too much stuff
Right, right,
and I was making money.
right,
And how can I stop this? And God said, if I give you the vision, then I've already given the provision
right.
for you to do what's needed to be done. And I would put a pinky toe out and then put the other toe out. And with every move I made, he reassured me that yes, 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 keep going, keep going. And I did. And I don't regret nothing about the assignment that he gave me and what he told me to do. Was it easy? No. Was it rewarding? Heck yeah. It was so rewarding for me to gain the knowledge that I've gained
Mm,
with learning and educating myself to do the things that he said for me to do. So I would say to the other stylists, educate yourself and be obedient to what he shared with you. He said, "Fear no one but me." And if I give you the assignment, it's no need to fear because I got you.
right.
So I'm just saying, y'all got work to do. Get to it.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to just take a moment to just say thanks for everybody. I see people on
Yeah.
watching us. And so thank you so much for that. And if you're joining us on the replay, we appreciate it. If you'd like to ask any questions during this or even just comment, you can feel free to do that. And if you look below where the description is, I think there's a button or something that you can press for StreamYard so that we can see your name if you would like for us to see that. It's
Mhm.
not mandatory, but it's like we love seeing who we're talking to. So feel
Yeah.
free to do that. And one of the things with let's I guess talk about booking software since that's
Mhm.
where a lot of people's minds are. It's like I need some way for my clients to be able to book their appointments and schedule what they need to have done and come in. And so, are there pitfalls that you see with that? Are there benefits to that? And how does Envibe fit into that category? Because there are quite a few choices.
It is quite a few choices, but in Vibe software, it allows businesses to manage their bookings in real time. You have a lot of choices out there that just have booking um, and scheduling platforms or apps, if you
Mm,
will.
mhm,
But the problem I find with that is that uh, you're not challenging yourself to legitimately run your business effectively. I mean, just having a booking system, yeah, you want to get the client in, you want to book them, you don't want to double book. Um, uh, but then what?
mm,
Right? Then what? For them, yeah, you service them, but then what for you?
mm,
After you book them,
right.
with managing your financials properly and things of that nature. So the booking is definitely amazing. You can schedule reminders,
Mm,
email campaigns. And I know that I'm singing to the choir here, but a lot of booking systems do not have email campaigns.
mm,
They just have the scheduling app. We have an app that also for your staff, that's for your staff and for your customers as well, to be able to communicate with you within that app. It's just a great communicating tool because things happen and
mm,
you want to be able to reach your client in the event of an emergency in real time.
Mm.
So, the booking system is absolutely amazing.
Yes. Well, that sounds good. And you're like tapping on my door with the management piece. It's like
Yes.
the management piece is something that when I found out about it when you shared it with me, I was like super excited because when I meet with people as a coach, I get, some kind of basic information from them.
Hmm.
And a lot of times, as we start working together, it's like we need detailed information. And as artists, we're not always excited about that side of it, the tracking their financials and that type of thing, or even knowing what to track, or even knowing
Hmm.
what they mean if you do get them tracked. It's like,
Yeah.
the profit and loss statement and all that kind of good stuff. But there's just a few key numbers that I need. And it seemed like it was very easy to get to those.
Hmm.
Whereas when I talk to a lot of clients, they're like, well, I don't know where to find that. I don't know if I have that. Or they'll give me a report, but it really doesn't give me the information that we need in
Hmm.
the detail that we need it. And so speak to us a little bit about, how we can better run our businesses instead of letting our businesses run us by
So,
using some of these digital tools.
yeah, absolutely, Mickey. One of the things Envive is a versatile software management system that is designed to streamline your business operations, particularly in the beauty industry, but it is adaptable for various sectors. It offers features such as the appointment scheduling, as we are talking about,
Mhm,
inventory management, customer management, which is the CRM,
mm,
right? And financial reporting. I can remember one of our early clients, right? uh, a salon owner who was juggling multiple spreadsheets and appointment books, right? And most of us can relate to that. And she was just overwhelmed and missing out on potential clients due to double bookings. And
mhm,
after implementing and Vibe, she was able to manage her appointments seamlessly, keep track of inventory, and even saw a 20% increase in her client retention rate within the first 3 months.
right,
So when you talk about the power of having such a system, um, yeah, that's the power of uh, being structured so that you can run the business and not having the business run you. And if you
right,
have a scheduling app and that's all it does, that's a start. That at least gets you comfortable with using a digital platform. But
mhm,
I want to stretch you a little bit, right? I want to move you beyond just scheduling so
mhm,
that you can grow yourself and you can grow your business. So that's the impact that Envibe software will have on you. It helps you to become the business person that you should be.
right, right. Yeah, it's like, and I love like some of the softwares where you have the booking ability, they don't really have a point of sale transaction, so you're not really seeing everything as
Hmm.
it's occurring with the clients. And one of the things that a question that I ask is like, let's at the end of the month look and see what are your top three services that
Hmm.
by sales. It's like, where are the dollars coming in and what areas are they coming into?
Hmm.
And for, one salon that I work with, it's like they're a color salon. But as we pulled some of these numbers together, it's like haircut would be the first thing. And,
Hmm.
it's like there's like maybe the third thing that they really quote unquote specialize in was what they were actually bringing dollars in from color. So we
Hmm.
can make decisions on marketing, like, do people know that your specialty is color, so that we can make it that color, your basic retouch color services, your balayage services, that
Hmm.
those become the top three things that people come for. They may get a haircut while they're there, but it's like it's not where like we're trying to do one thing, but people are really seeing us as another. And so we were able to tie those things together and just really make huge impact, because we all know that color costs more
Mhm.
a haircut, and so you're generating additional dollars just by being able to see what's going on in your business.
Yeah, I like that, Mickey. I know that you have, the beauty superstars,
Hmm.
and, I just want y'all to know that you are truly a superstar
Oh,
when
well, thank
you,
you. I
come under the
appreciate
tutelage of this great woman, okay? But, I particularly love in Vibes reporting because we have
it.
over 300 reports, right?
Wow.
We have over 300 reports, and I hear what you say about the numbers. One of the things that I found exciting is when you look at your analytics, when you look at your reporting of your comprehensive financial report.
Mm.
You're as a stylist, they don't teach us that in school.
Right.
So when you have a system, where you're used to, just doing the work, and the as you input this information into your system, the client information, your notes, your scheduling of them, uh,
Mhm.
and your point of sale, when you check them out, when you check them in, and you check them out, that whole process, all of that data is in the system.
Mhm.
So when you look at that daily, whether you look at it daily, whether you look at it weekly, me, I look at it daily, right? But however you choose to look at it, when you see those numbers, I know for me, it was exciting. It
Mhm.
was exciting to see. It was exciting because it triggered something else in me to
Mhm.
do, or how
Right.
I could become better. Like you spoke of, how many colors am I using?
Mhm.
Am I not using enough? Do I have too much in stock? Do I
Mhm.
need to,
Right.
have a sale on,
Mhm.
so that I can get some of this product moved? It's so
Mhm.
many things that you can do. And
Right.
including having an email campaign or a
Mhm.
promotion to allow these things to happen. And I can share this with you as well. We had a spa owner who was, pretty much struggling to understand why his profits were stagnating
Right.
despite a steady flow of clients, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But using our financial reports, he discovered that certain services were underpriced,
Mm.
right?
Yep.
That's what you teach, right, Mickey?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, adjusting his pricing strategy
Mhm.
based on these insights led to a 30% increase in his monthly revenue. And
Wow.
you may not think that these things matter, but when you put it on paper or you
Mhm.
put it in that digital format and that computer you shows you your graph, and
Right.
it shows you your numbers, it just does something to you inside to make you want to do more. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. What gets measured gets improved. It's like, and when you start looking at it, when you start seeing what because I always think that the numbers are telling a story. And so
Yeah.
we have to understand what the story is that they're telling us. But in order to do that, it's like we need to know what they are.
Yes.
And you mentioned the notes section, and I just had an immediate flash to being in a back room trying to mix up color for your client. And they wanted, it's like, I want just like you did
Yes.
it last time,
Hmm.
but you didn't make any notes. And you're like praying to the color gods,
That
please
is
help
so
me get this
true.
color right.
That is so. Oh my God, that is so true. Yeah, I mean, many probably still do it today.
Right.
We weren't taught to do it in
Yeah.
school.
And it's an
And
organizing
yeah,
tool.
and it's
Yeah.
still not taught.
Right.
It's
Right.
still not taught,
And you're
although
looking to change that, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where, I'm speaking to the beauty schools now. If you do have a beauty school and you want to be innovative, now is the time because it's not a priority for schools. We all know that the
Mhm.
number one priority is to get them to the board to pass that test.
Mhm.
And, I understand that as it should be, but it should also be to prepare them for the future in the
Right.
business. Because if we continue to turn the students out and let them go into this big bad world of business, because once they leave school, it's no longer your license first, it's business first.
Mhm.
And when you send them on their way, you're setting them up for failure if you do not have some type of program, whether it's continuing a part of continuing education or a part of the curriculum. I would say make it a part of the curriculum, and provide it for your seniors who are at that level, or even if they're not a senior, but they have matriculated to the clinic floor,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
This software should be on the floor.
Mhm.
They should be using it before they touch a client. They should be using it to book it, right? To
Yeah.
book a client. And it's a way for you as a school to keep your recurring clients, because we have some people who only go to schools to get their
Right.
hair done.
Mhm.
And then some who follow the stylist after school,
Mhm.
right? But if they are using the system while they are in school, then their mindset is already there, right? It's already halfway there. They wouldn't want to operate without it. And
Mhm.
they know the effectiveness of using this tool and how it could help them to become successful in this business.
Right, right. Yeah, I think it is really key because, like I started the conversation with, is like the future of our beauty industry as well as the world is going to be in digital. And
Mhm.
so it's like if you're going through, 9 months to a year, whatever, of training, and no one even mentions how to keep up with your appointment books,
Yeah.
how to, manage your business, how to see if you're on track for the goals that you've set, how to
Mhm.
do your marketing through it. It's like we
Mhm.
all think social media, but email marketing is very powerful. And if you have it all in one kind of container, it
Yes.
makes everything so seamless that you don't have to, kind of spend a lot of additional time trying to figure out, well, what do I do now? How do I reach my clients I haven't seen in a while? Because we all have clients that, it's as we do this, it's June. It's like maybe we saw them during the Christmas holiday rush,
Mhm.
but we haven't seen them since. Do you have a clear way to know who you serviced in December and to be able to reach out to them with, hey, I haven't seen you in a little while. I hope you're doing well. It's like we've got this great promotion that's going on through the end of the month. Would love to see you.
Yeah.
Can you do that at the touch of a finger of your fingertips? And most stylists, I might venture to say, no.
Yeah, I want to speak on that a little bit, Mickey, because 20 years ago or so, maybe 25, I don't know. But I remember the skepticism with just the internet, period,
Hmm.
right? People
Right.
didn't want to make that shift.
Right.
But as you can see, it's progressing. It's not going anywhere. So if you are one of those who still fear the digital age, you will be left behind.
Hmm.
Uh, is Radio Shack still here? Is
Hmm.
Blockbuster still here?
Right.
Right? You have to be able to adapt and change with the times. Envibe allows businesses to create and manage marketing campaigns directly from your platform, including your email and SMS marketing. It
Hmm.
it helps to target the right audience, right? With
Right.
promotions leading to better engagement and sales.
Mhm.
Another example, right? We had a client who was skeptical about the digital marketing. After starting with Invibe, she used the built in tools to send out special promotions to
Right.
her clients. The response was overwhelming because she was already popular. She already had her clientele. This was
Mhm.
a way for her to communicate with them outside of just booking an appointment,
Right.
right? They're
Mhm.
speaking to the client, especially if it's what they need. You know what your client needs.
Mhm.
So if you speak directly to that with a special promotion, they're going to feel special. And as a result of that, she saw a 40% increase in new bookings.
Mhm.
Because guess what? They're going to tell their friend,
Right.
oh, you like my hair. You've been talking about getting to my stylist. Maybe you thought she was too expensive, but she got a discount on this.
Right.
Right. So now it's the time for you to try that. So now she runs her regular campaigns and
Mhm.
has a loyalty program, right?
Mhm.
And a growing customer base as a result of that. So that's the power of what email and digital marketing can do for you. So
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I love that because I think now, kind of more than ever, it's like we need to find ways where we can stand out in the market. So it's not just like, oh, well, they do hair over there and they do hair over there. It's like, what is it that makes you and your business stand out to your clients in particular? A lot of us are using, social media to try to get
mhm,
new clients. But like you said, a lot of the people that I speak with, when I ask them, like, where did your last 3 to 5 clients come from?
mhm,
Many of them were referrals. And it's like, and then I ask, well, do you have a referral program in place where you can kind of pump that up?
right.
And then it's like, no, I never thought about that. I'm just upset because I can't find enough time to be consistent on social media. It's like, let's look at
Mhm,
where the clients are actually coming from and then
mhm.
target so that we can get more, because if you get enough referrals, you don't even need, hardly anything else to be able to do that. So I think
Yeah,
that's
and
powerful.
and then it is powerful. That's one of the things that I love as well. When you send out those email campaigns, you can also attach not only referral
Mhm,
request from your stylist, right? You can create a loyalty program
mhm,
or a referral program and have uh, a discount associated with
mhm,
the number of referrals. Say maybe you refer 5, you get
mhm.
XYZ, right? Make it worth your while
Right.
and the customers' while, right? So that it can become a win win for you both. But using the system to work for you on your behalf
Mhm.
is the best thing that you can do
Right.
to free up your time.
Mhm.
And we're so used to doing it ourselves that even to a system that could help us, we're
Mhm.
like, no, I can't trust it. I have to have my hands on it.
Mhm.
And I would say to you, you will have your hands on it because it is you
Mhm.
that's inputting the data. And so, make it your best friend. Get to know it,
Mhm.
get to love it, get to appreciate it,
Mhm.
and just woosah at the end of the day when you look at your numbers.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very important.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, I actually thought about when you were talking, it's like, my fiancé and I were out doing something and, he's on my email list and, it's like he, got a ding or whatever, and it's like, "How did you send an email and you're here with me, without having fun?"
That part.
Yeah, it's like, you don't have to tie up your weekends, you don't have to tie up any of your time because all of this can be done in an automated way. And it
Yes,
looks, magical, like you're everywhere doing everything all the time, but it's really
yes.
letting the systems work for you instead of trying to do it all yourself. And so,
Yeah, and, I might add, let me add to that, Mickey. It just our industry needs a dose of professionalism. It helps you to, stand up straight,
right.
right? If you will. It just helps you to become astute, better at what you do,
Mhm.
and more engaged. And then when you operate in that manner, others see you. Because you may be doing the work behind the scenes with your data, with your system, but your work that's showing up out front as a
Mhm.
result of
Right,
it puts you in places that helps you to get recognized.
right.
And so what do you want to do, and who do you want to become in the industry that you're working in? How will
Mhm.
you stand out? How will you make a difference? What at some point will be your exit strategy? How
Mm,
will you prepare for that? Or
right.
will you already be prepared?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So that's the difference in having a system such as Envibe. And of
yeah.
course, we have, like I said, Matt, who is our extraordinary trainer. He sounds like a disc jockey, you guys, or a recorded tape, but he is actually alive and well. And so I say to you, our trainings are at your disposal whenever you book them. So
Mhm,
it's unlimited training for as long as you have the software. You can do
mm,
it on your own, or you can book it, and because maybe you have a specific need or question
mhm,
that you don't see in the software, and we can either
right.
show you where it is, or we can show you how to create it, because it's completely customizable with
Mhm.
our software.
Yeah, and this actually works if you're like a solo person, you're working alone in a suite, or if you have a huge team, or
Yes.
even rooms for spa services or other different types of services. Is that
Yes,
right?
absolutely, absolutely. You can even, say if you have salon suites,
Mhm,
right? And you might say, "Well, I don't need that because everyone is, independent,"
mhm,
right? But I would beg to differ, because you can have it when people first walk through the door, um, uh,
mhm,
because, when you walk into a professional anything, most of the
right,
time is what you see is someone at the desk,
mhm,
and you see a computer. All
right,
right. And
right,
that's because it's organized and structured. You can have the rooms, you can have 52 suites, and all of those suites can be labeled. Instead of it being a stylist in the salon, it could
mhm,
be your suites. You could measure uh, their booth rent, when they pay their rent, when the cleaning person comes. It will help you manage your business properly. And when your renters or team members, or what's that you like to use, Mickey? Your tenants, or
mhm,
uh, those who are renting your space, they will follow suit. You will always stay ahead of your team and being the leader,
mhm,
because they want to look like that. They want to do like that. They see that what you're doing is working,
right,
and they will follow. And thus, everyone in the salon suites will have InVibe software. They'll be professional
mhm, right.
and booking properly. You won't have any the ratchetness going on. People coming up there wanting to bust your windows out and fight your stylist because they've been double booked, and they got something to do, and she got them waiting in there for 10 hours,
Okay.
right?
Yes,
I'm
so
just
we need to
saying
get organized, get professional, get our time under control. So
that
it's a
part.
great tool.
Yes.
And you had mentioned retail before, and you mentioned inventory, and I know that's an area where people are creating products, and they're, um, more and more. It's like I'm having more conversations. We're trying to do more retail, and even beyond what we're doing in just with our salon clients, but really
Yeah.
being able to ship things out and that type of thing. With the software, how does that help with the inventory and making sure you have enough on hand, making sure that you don't have too much on your shelf that shouldn't be there?
Yeah. Well, Mickey, with our inventory, it definitely that is your moneymaker,
Mhm,
right? A lot of stylists sleep on inventory.
mhm,
They just want to do hair, but that's
right,
a no a whole nother income uh,
stream,
stream for
mhm,
you. All right. I can remember working with Dudley, and in 1 year, I made a lot of money just off of my retail. Um, providing the same thing for my clients that I use on their hair, right?
right,
For maintenance. But our inventory system is very robust. It has barcode. You can
mhm,
create the SKU numbers, the manufacturer of that product, the salesperson of that product. Uh,
mhm,
of course, it could be connected to your social media, your website. I meant your website so
right,
that you can have your sales online. And as you sell, it reduces that in your stock. So when you get down to, say, five, you might want to alert you, yourself
mhm,
that you need to restock. Right.
right,
That's what the system does for you. You're never out of product because it allows you to be aware of that. And it helps you to, create around it. It helps you to earn more
mhm.
around the inventory. It's a very robust inventory system. You can put as much in it as you want, and you know, it's just a great revenue stream.
Awesome. Yeah, it's like she said, don't sleep on it. And I'm seeing we've got some great comments and stuff coming in. So Queen Styles McKee, thanks for being here. She says, yes, ma'am. And I think that was around when we were talking about the back room and mixing up the color when you don't have the formula written down.
Yeah, and I might add to that, Mickey, it reduces waste.
Yes, absolutely. Which could be a huge part of your profit. It's like if so much is going to waste and
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like, oh, it's a little here and a little there, it adds up really quickly. So yes.
Yeah, because a lot of us, and I've come from behind the chair. It's been 10 years now. But when I was behind the chair, I learned the proper measurement of the use of product from Dudley, because we
Mhm.
can be so wasteful. We just
Right.
and you don't need that much, especially if you saturate the hair properly, right? You don't need that much. You might need a
Right.
little more than what you on the first shampoo than you
Mhm.
do on the second. But even on
Right.
the first, you don't have to fill the whole inside of your hand in order to lather the hair. So I'm just saying it helps reduce waste
Mhm.
as well, because you're throwing money away when you
Right,
do that.
right. Yeah, absolutely. It's like it's really huge. Real Roots TV is here, so thanks for joining us. And she says she totally agrees with the professionalism comment. As someone who's been in other professions coming into this industry later in life, I see the lack in the industry.
Mm,
We need to level up, is what I call it. And then she says the beauty and barber industry should be leading the way,
yes.
considering the visibility and the reach that we have in every other industry. And I couldn't
Amen.
agree more. We have I just did some research for my mastermind. It's like we were working on increasing our profits and being able to increase our client retention as well,
Yes.
loyalty, client loyalty. And It's like with Black women, we have spent, not spending, but spent
Yeah.
last year almost $10 billion in the beauty sector.
Wow.
Some of that is in services, but there's a huge opportunity for the retail, like we were just talking about,
Mm-hmm.
within our salons. It's like, how much is your salon benefiting from that $90 billion that's being spent?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we don't know what we don't know. And what the software allows you to do is to be able to see, where
Yes.
are your sales for your services? Where are they compared to last year? What's your future projection for what, money that you already have on the book, appointments that you already have on the book? What, are you doing percentage to retail? Like, is it 100% service and 100% in services and 0% in retail? What if
Mm-hmm.
it was 5% retail and 95% services? Like, you start to shift the game and be able to have more flexibility with your time because there's income coming from other sources. And with $90 billion being spent, you can't tell me that we can't set up
Yeah.
a way to have enough of that go through our doors that we could pay our rent with retail.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Mickey. And to add to that, we have yes, deadly girl. We could not. We have uh, the fortune teller, and
Mm,
inside the software
mhm.
that thing when let me gather my thoughts here because my brain is going
Right?
right. But fortune teller, Mickey, is one of the things that I know that many of the other softwares do not have. As I told you
Mhm,
before, I studied over 90 of them. So I know what they have and I
right.
know, what we have and what we implemented since, right? And fortune teller is one of those tools that allows you, if you have the software for 3 months, you have to have at least 3 months worth of data.
Mhm,
But it allows you to project in the future, what will my numbers be if I add this. Maybe you need to add another client a week, maybe it's a
mhm,
weave a week. How much money do I want to make in a
mhm,
month, right? And let me tweak how many sales I need to do with the retail, right? Because it will allow you to now create the campaigns around what you need to do to generate the type of income that you would like to do, right? And so,
mhm,
and you might think that you're doing well. Oh, I'm okay where I am. But guess what? We all have goals.
mhm,
Maybe you want to purchase a home. Maybe it's a new car. Or better yet, maybe you want to start your retirement. Let's talk
mhm.
about that.
Let's talk
Because,
about it.
yeah, because that's another thing that's within the software. It allows you to, in the miscellaneous account that you could set up, right? And for every client that you do, you can set it up this way. You can have $20 going toward that, reserve, if you
Mhm,
will, to go toward your retirement policy. Or maybe you might say, hey, I'm going to take, no matter who the client is, every first client of the week, I'm going to take and put that money in reserve.
mhm.
That way, you don't have to think about it. You set
Right.
it and you forget it. And your retirement is being built upon that. And that's one of the things that God told me to do is integrate health and retirement solutions within this software. No one else has it on the
Mm,
market. And you can create that for yourself and provide that for your staff. That's
well,
huge. And
right.
even for the beauty schools, with teaching the students to
Mhm,
do that
right.
before they leave school. We have our 20 something year olds. I've been in the industry for 30 years. Had I put that money, had I started from school,
Mhm, right.
some of us could be millionaires
Yes.
because of that, with the your IUL policies or the Roth IRA accounts. it's important for us to handle our business and to show up well for those who want to come in this industry behind us. We don't always have to learn from trial and error. And we've made enough mistakes for you
Okay.
all.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? You can learn from other people's mistakes. And that's what I, share with you all. If that could be my biggest takeaway from today, of what's in the software, the fortune teller, the insurance, so that you can, provide a future and build generational wealth for you and your family. But, just also handling your business well and showing up to do the work, so that you don't have to be boggled down with stressing about those things
Mhm.
at a later time.
Right, right. Yeah, that is phenomenal. It's like we really need some of these systems in place. It's like we work hard, we work long, and we don't always think about, the future and how do we put this aside? And it feels like, well, I don't really have enough, or, maybe we have enough and it's like, ooh, but those shoes are cute, and it's like you say, if it went off the front end of it, we could buy the shoes with what's left.
Yes, and that's so true. And I know we're coming up on our time here,
Hmm.
but one of the mistakes that many of us make is shopping. We
Hmm.
and not keeping a record of our money. And that was one of
Hmm.
the things that my stylist said to me, because of
Hmm.
course I asked her, why you're making
Right.
all of this money, why don't you have your rent?
Hmm.
And because she was buying, they would come, even if we didn't allow them to come inside the salon, they would
Right.
meet the guy, outside to buy and purchase, that bag, that coat, or whatever. And
Hmm.
but they don't record it.
Right.
Right? They don't take it out of, they don't deduct it from the numbers in the
Hmm.
book. And then at the end of the week, they're like, where did all my money go?
Right.
And then they have to remember, hey, because weeks go by so fast, they
Hmm.
don't even remember what they bought and what they spent their money on. All they know is that it's rolling in.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm going to live but day by day, or they go on a trip and they come back and their lights are about to get cut off. And
Hmm.
so we just have to be, better stewards over our money and, treat ourselves well. Um, but a little sidebar, if I may, Mickey,
Hmm.
right? Uh, I am the president of the Maryland State Chapter Artisans of Beauty. And that is a chapter under the National Beauty Culturist League. And one of the things that we are working on um, is professionalism, bringing that professional attitude and being back to the industry. Um, because a lot of us and I'm going back to the schools, a lot of us that come into the industry, we don't know about government affairs.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
don't know that we should join an organization to within our state, so that we could help move the industry in our best interest. We don't know that there are others who don't have our best interests,
Hmm.
that are trying to, strip certain things from the industry. And lastly, we don't know that we should be going to state board meetings, or at least be connected in a way that we know what's happening, so that we can share. Because we will be affected. We have no idea that this industry is connected to politics. And
Right.
so, myself being elected president of this Maryland State chapter, I want to bring awareness to
Hmm.
people in this industry. Join a state chapter, an organization, get involved with your state board, so that you could help in restructuring some of those bills that are
Hmm.
put on the legislative floor. Right?
Right.
We have to understand that it's not only about money in this industry, where it's $1 billion industry. How much are you really making?
Mhm.
How much are you getting burnt out? And every other week saying, I want to go back to work or I got to get a job because I don't have insurance, when you can
Mhm.
make enough money to pay your own insurance and manage it all in one system, in Vibe software, I might add, right? But my point is, if you're going to be in the industry, get involved. Right.
Mhm.
And if you're in
Right.
the state of Maryland, please reach out to me, DM me, so that we can get you registered to become a part of our chapter. We need bright minds like you. And it's all of a part of our sisterhood. We have a sorority and a fraternity. So, guys, brothers, you are welcome as well. We definitely need the barbers to step up and,
Mhm.
be an example in our industry. And so with that, I say thank you,
Yeah,
Mickey.
well, thank you. It's like we've got Arnetta's information scrolling across the bottom. It's like with bnvibe.com. And one of the things we didn't get to mention yet, so we'll just throw it out there. But it's like I'm actually connected with BN as their business growth strategist. So I'm
Yes.
excited about that.
Yes.
Some of the ways that you can utilize this software to really enhance your business and really take the stress out of a lot of the things that you're doing and a lot of the things that you are or may not be
Mhm.
doing right now that are causing you more stress on the front end. So I will be kind of connecting with you guys, and so definitely with bnvibe.com, you can go there, you can book a demo, you can say that you were referred by Mickey or by Arnetta, either one. And also follow her in her group, private group called Beauty Brains and Business, which is a Facebook group you can get involved with. So I want to thank you so much, Arnetta, for being here today. I think this has been so enlightening. And we do have one more question, it looks like. Are any chapters in South Carolina?
Absolutely, it is. Cindy Collins, reach out to Dr. Cindy Collins in South Carolina. And you can reach out to me as well, and I will connect you directly with her. She's a beautiful, beautiful sister, and she will direct you in the right way. But lastly, I know that we're just a little bit over time, but I just want to share with them, when you sign up, when you go to beandvibe.com and click on demo, you will complete that short form. But once you do that, it will go to our headquarters. But more importantly, it will also alert myself and Mickey. And if you need that business growth strategy, and that coaching, and you want to be a part of the beauty superstars, that's the way to get in. Beandvibe.com is one of the ways to get in. Beandvibe.com, and she'll be alerted and she'll follow up with you. And just as you are, um, following up to get your training, your demo with Envibe software, you will be also on the path for business growth and strategy with Mickey Wright. Just want to leave
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the shout out.
Yes.
And for anybody looking, to create a six-figure business, it's like I actually offer some free training that's at mickeyWright.com/promo. And you can actually meet with me as well if you'd like to sit down. It's like I'm actually doing this week and next doing a free business assessment. It's a profit plan business assessment. We take 45 minutes and I can show you from $10,000 to $100,000 that are in hidden profits that you can put back into your business. So it's like I'd love to meet with you, and you could go to that mickeyWright.com/promo, and Mickey just has one K, MIKIWRIGHT. And I will look forward to just being able to help guide you with what a profit plan looks like for yourself, and how we can incorporate the tools, these digital tools of Envibe software to really take your business to new heights. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks. And I see Pennsylvania. It's like if you have any questions about um, about what Arnetta was just sharing about getting involved, please reach out to her, DM
Mhm.
her, and she'll be able to get you the information for your state as well as your um, potentially as well as your city, but she'll point you in the right
Yes,
direction.
absolutely.
So, again, I'm Mickey Wright with beautysuperstars.com, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. I encourage you to keep reaching for the stars, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. And also, just a quick note, we have started a summer series. It is encore presentations of some of my well, I can't even say my best and favorite because there's so many, so it's hard to choose. But these are people who are game changers, who are currently game changers in 2024, and we are revisiting some of the wisdom and the gems that they shared with us that
Mhm.
still apply. We just have Ted Gibson this past week. Came out yesterday. So definitely please follow me on YouTube, which again is YouTube/ Mickey Wright, MIKIWRIGHT, and you'll be click the little bell so you'll be notified each week as they come out Monday morning at 9 a.m. Each
Mhm.
week this summer, and it's a great way to kind of binge watch and kind of get inspired to really move
Mhm.
your business forward. So, and words up, as Ted Gibson says. So you guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us. We will see you soon, and would love to see you. Get a demo. It's a free demo
Mhm.
within Vibe, and see how we can help you with changing and moving your business
And
forward.
and and I see Miss Queena on here. Miss Queena, get your demo. I'm
Okay.
Imma leave it just like that.
Okay.
Get your demo.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, you guys
Thank
have a
you.
wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much, Arnetta.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Mickey, as well. Bye, everyone.